yo ho, Dracula on a boat. I saw Dracula on a boat. Boat. So, I saw a movie that I don't think anyone saw. Again, this keeps happening to me. Why do I keep seeing movies that no one's bothering to go see? Perhaps I see too many movies, or the siren call of a dark, quiet theater with nobody in it, and an air conditioner in the middle of summer. Can't resist. Also, I'm a cat. I like nice, cool places to hang out. I might pay for it. I might just lay down in the middle of the carpet and just spread, for you to enjoy. I do all my cat things for your enjoyment. Anyway, I saw a movie. It was Dracula on a boat. The premise for this one is novel. It's based on the novel. It's Dracula, Dead and Loving It. That's a different movie. No, so this is adapting one small little chapter of the original novel, the Captain's Log, which is pretty much like a handful of pages that's just, there was a boat, they chartered Dracula and some dirt from Transylvania, and when they show up to port, everybody was dead. That's it. That's the entire meat that we're using for this adaptation of the book. This one tiny section that doesn't really have a plot beyond a boat, a Dracula, nom nom nom, it turned up in a port with everybody dead. Much like that part in Jurassic World where somehow the T-Rex killed everybody on the boat, despite the fact that it was stuck in the boat's hold that entire portion of the film. And it's much too large to kill people who are running around the boat and could have easily avoided the big fucking dinosaur in the boat. I know this probably was Raptors. I'm not going to bother. That's another review I'm not going to make. But yeah, so Dracula on a boat. Last Voyage of the Demeter. Demeter? I forget. I don't care. So, we're novel premise of, hey, let's adapt this very tiny-ass portion of the book. It's an interesting idea. Like, you could do some fun stuff here. You have a surprisingly open chunk of material to adapt, because you can do whatever you want. Unfortunately, these filmmakers chose to do the most boring thing they possibly could. Well, not completely boring. This movie is not bad, but it's not particularly good either. It's just kinda there. It's serviceable. It's workmanlike. It's adequate. That's a problem, because adequate is not that memorable at this point. I'm not going to remember the adequate movie beyond the fact this was Dracula on a boat. So what actually happened? So you got the boat comes to port, gets a crew. We get our lead, who is African-American Doctor Man. That's his character. That's it. You've got Ship Captain Man, who is the old ship captain who who does literally give the I am 2 days away from retirement speech, so you know he's going to die. That's just... Not only is this movie dealing with characters who are basically fated to die because of the material they are sticking pretty close to adapting, they even give the dude the retirement speech, which is a death sentence for any fictional character if they give it. If any character, especially if they're law enforcement or a captain or something like that, if they mention retirement, they are going to die very quickly, very soon, probably pretty gruesomely. Hey, all that happens here. And you have other people on the boat. They're not important. That's kind of a running theme for this movie. Not important. So they're in port. They get their crew. They get their lead Doctor Man, MD. They get on the boat. Boat gets going. The boat has cargo of Dracula dirt, Dracula's Slurpee wife, which, going by what the events of the movie as they happen, I don't think it was intentional for Dracula meaning to have to eat everyone on the boat. It looked like his original plan was just to charter the boat, have them ship him and his dirt and his and this lady that he brought along to use as a Slurpee the entire ride. I think his plan was just literally to crawl out of his coffin on his human snack tray and go back into his box, and just keep doing that till they get in Transylvania, and then I guess just be shipped to his new castle, and that was gonna be it. But no, the Caesar rock. I honestly forget. It's been a few weeks now. The Caesar rock. He still happens. The dirt spit. One of the dirt coffin that has his Slurpee lady inside of it falls and breaks open. Dr. Man MD decide, hey, I'm a Dr. Man. I'm gonna help this poor lady who was in the dirt, inexplicably still alive, and has a weird blood disease and is clearly a vampire, or at least a thrall, or at least going to bring about a vampire. But whatever. I'm acting like these characters have higher intelligence, or even conceptualize the fact that they are in a Dracula thing. But anyways, not going to go into that much. I am. So they realize, oh, there might be a monster, perhaps a Dracula, on the boat, and it's starting to eat us all. And that's our entire movie. It's just the people on the boat going, I wonder if there's a monster. Scree! Nom. Repeat about 5 times till we get to the ending area. And because we know how this plot ends, because it's adapting a very tiny chapter of the book, we know Dracula's going to be fine. We know most of these characters are going to die. There's a way to do this kind of closed but doomed character plot line, make it interesting, or at least or at least different. They don't do that here. Like I said, it's not bad. It's just, you know what's going to happen. You know how this story is going to roll, and nothing particularly surprising happens. And that just makes it kind of forgettable. And it's Dracula on a boat. This could have been cool. This could have been fun. This could have had a lot more happening beyond just people on the boat. They think they know the spooky monster outside. They make a piss poor attempt not to be killed by the spooky monster. They get eaten by the spooky monster, and that's it. And also the movie has a couple of, I'm going to say try hard things it does. There's 2 classic horror movie don't do's because it will upset the audience. And it does both of them. Not supposed to kill animals. Dracula slurps a dog. Not supposed to kill kids. Dracula slurps the kid. That sounds nasty. I should rephrase that. Dracula eats the kid. And the dog. And everybody else. But yeah, you're not supposed to kill kids, not supposed to kill dogs or pets in horror movies. And this movie does both for not particularly any other reason beyond they have to die because the plot says so. And it feels like they're trying to get street cred by doing it in a particularly nasty way, especially with the kid. Because that kid dies bad, and they bring him back as a thrall, and he dies again really bad. So it's like, that would have felt unnecessary, movie. Like, I know you're trying to earn your cred for this adaptation, this big Dracula on a boat. We're scary, we're cool, we're hardcore. You're trying too hard. Just whatever. And then there's the ending, which is, again, try hard and kind of lame. I'm going to say this movie, at the ending section, if they had pulled off one thing, it would have saved the entire film for me. This whole movie, Dracula is a Nosferatu Batman. He looks like a Nosferatu, he's all wrinkly, he's got the bat wings, he goes flap, 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 flap. And they say directly that he takes the shape of a man when he's among people, which implies he will look, like a normal human when he gets off the boat. They don't do that. He just wears a bowler hat and trench coat and looks like a Jack the Ripper character, but you look at his face and he's clearly still a Nosferatu, and that's a creepy rat Batman. Oh God, kill that. No one notices. I know he has Dracula powers and illusions. No one notices him because stuff. But just make him look like a normal person for just the sake of doing something with it. if they had put, let's say they just grab any known, not too expensive, or at least fun to use actor and have them show up for 1 day of filming or less, and have it be a surprise, like, oh, the Dracula is Nicolas Cage. Wait, we did that. Audiences didn't like it. The Dracula is Tom Cruise. Wait, we did that, and he cost too much. The Dracula is Ryan Gosling. That'd be funny. Or the Dracula is insert young actor here, Chris Pine. Chris Pine could have been a fun, cool Dracula for 2 seconds. That would have saved the movie here. But no, he's just a Nosferatu. And the movie sequel baits so hard, and I'm like, no, movie, you don't get a sequel bait. One, you're adapting this chunk of the book, and you, up until now, held to it pretty closely. You're not going to get a sequel bait by letting the Doctor or lead character man survive to the end just for sequel baiting, because no one cares. And the movie wasn't good enough to make me care, and just, no. Boo. I would actually have preferred the everybody dies ending. Like, have him get off the boat, Dracula eats him. That's done. No sequel bait, hard ending, everybody dies. I would have at least felt that was earned. You didn't earn the sequel bait. And you didn't do anything interesting with your potential reveal of a human actor for your Dracula for some kind of payoff. And I just kind of felt like, well, that was 90 minutes in a dark, quiet room with a very nice looking set that they were on. Like, the movie looks good. Like, this is a nice, I think, a mostly practical boat they're on. It's all in the rain. It looks cool. Reminds me of the Pirates of the Caribbean movies where they had actual boats for a lot of those. That looks good. Kind of wasted, though. Anyways, go watch Morbius again. That's actually more entertaining. That's a depressing sentence I have said aloud. I'm gonna jump in the ocean. Oh yeah, before I jump in the ocean, like and subscribe. I looked at the analytics. Most of you are not subscribed. How could you? How could you take all this in and not want to constantly be alerted immediately whenever I upload a video every 2 months to a week, or whatever my schedule is, depending on when I've seen a movie or felt like getting in the outfit and eating some sodas or talking about some junk I bought? How could you not subscribe for that? Well, get on my Patreon, or Twitter, or Furfanity, or Ink Bunny, or Blue Sky, or other places I'm on that no one goes to, and good night. I'm on a boat.